Welcome to Citi Market Watch, where we concisely unpack all you need to know on important topics. Joining me, Audrey Cheong, Citigold Private Client Portfolio Counsellor.
The world is on fire and burning up.
No kidding, Audrey. As we have all been feeling it, it is hot. Singapore hit record high temperatures earlier this year, and this last month, China hit a blistering 52.2 degrees Celsius. In the US, Phoenix, Arizona shattered its daily record with a new high of 48 degrees and an unbelievable 25 consecutive days above 43 degrees.
It is really burning up, son. Sadly, across the US, from California to Florida, new records are being made. Europe is also not spared, with the mercury rising to a new highs in Italy and Greece. And of course, there's the wildfires raging across Europe and especially Canada.
Just to make and emphasize the point and the seriousness of this issue, more land has been torched through June in Canada than in the previous 20 years combined. That's over 25 million acres, and as of now, that's 2.5 times as much land that has been cindered in any of the worst wildfire seasons in America in the past 50 years. Many of us won't have forgotten the usual forest fires in Indonesia and the haze that affected us. The toll on human health is one thing, but the reality is the immense toll global warming is having on biodiversity is, I think I'm lost for words.
Apocalyptic.
Yes. Thank you, Audrey. Apocalyptic. That's pretty apt, Audrey, and I know that's how the New York Times just described it in a recent piece by its science writer, David Wallace Wells. Audrey, how do we define biodiversity and why is it important?
Biodiversity is simply the incredible wide range of animals, plants, and microorganisms that in and of themselves is essential to the processes that support all life on Earth. We need biodiversity to support healthy ecosystems, to provide clean air and food. And of course, whenever we venture outdoors, it is nature that we value and appreciate.
And this last month, Citi ESG Research made special mention of Nature Action 100, which is a global investor engagement initiative that is focused on companies and sectors to drive corporate ambition and action to reverse nature and biodiversity loss. The World Economic Forum notes that businesses are more dependent on nature than previously thought, approximating US 44 trillion in economic value that is dependent on nature.
The sectors highlighted by Nature Action 100 as highly dependent on natural resources include biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, food and beverage, forestry and paper, metals and mining, chemicals, household and personal goods, and retail consumer goods, including e-commerce and distributors.
Audrey, as investors, how does Citi Biodiversity Research help?
What we are looking for is to identify companies within these sectors that are making particular progress to mitigate biodiversity risk. And just to make the point, this is not the subjective area it used to be, or where many have been cynical or critical about. There is now a plethora of data and independent non-profit organizations tracking commitments, timelines, and targets.
On that note, about 21% of companies in the MSCI World Index are already including biodiversity-related topics as a criterion in their annual reports, such as deforestation. And although it's a low number, 9% currently have clear commitments or policies in relation to biodiversity.
Son, we are seeing the impact of sustainable investing. Since 2007 through 2021, we have seen signatories to the PRI, or Principles for Responsible Investment, grow to 4,000, representing more than 120 trillion in assets. The world is on fire, and we are literally living the burning platform metaphor. But it is driving the biggest secular macroeconomic shift in memory and of our lifetime.
Thank you, Audrey. We are bearing witness to incredible transformation. This is no time to be disheartened. As investors, we are always looking for opportunities, and in this case, opportunities that we know will drive important existential change. Through the challenges of 2022, we saw strategies well aligned to ESG factors consistently outperform. Moving forward, we see social, economic, and government policy even more aligned to fuel the transition to sustainability. Join us for our podcast as we dive deeper into the importance of biodiversity and how it is galvanizing and driving even more urgency, creating and fueling more opportunities. Thank you, and please speak to your Citigold or Citigold private client relationship manager about further opportunities.